Man, do I have a life update for you.
We've been in survival mode.
Pretty sure I've been feeling baby movements.
That is what life has been like here at the Lepke household.
See this? I've got ringlets. This is my natural hair. And underneath I have curly hair. And I've been using a new shampoo. It's been really bringing out the curl. But then on top my hair is more like wavy and flat in some areas. So I'm thinking today, instead of using my waver, which is what I normally do, I'm gonna try using my curling iron and see if I can match up some of these curls. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, good morning. Welcome to today's vlog. Man, do I have a life update for you. This week has been quite something. I'm not gonna get into all the details now. I'll save that for later, but in a nutshell, we've been sick. Again. Just when we think we're nearing the end of it, someone else gets sick. So guess who woke up with a sore throat today? I'm pretty sure the rest of us are starting to get the cold that one of us had before, and now it's just like a continual cycle. We have been constantly sick since November, and we are just so ready to be done with winter and to have spring and warmer weather and less sicknesses running through our home. Put this behind us and move on. We've just been in survival mode this week. Our routine is so completely off. We've been waking up really late because we have not been sleeping at night, which throws off the rest of our day so badly. Last night was the first night since Saturday that we have had a half decent night of sleep. There was no awful late night wake ups, and we were able to get some proper rest this morning. I took a shower and now I'm getting myself ready for the day. This is the most normal day we've had in a long time, and it feels really good. So I'm gonna do my best to vlog for you today. No big, yes?
Can you do my hair?
So I'm gonna do my best to vlog for you today. I don't have any high expectations for today's vlog just because it has been such a wild week. I have not done this in so long. I am very rusty. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna finish getting myself ready, and I want to say a huge thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know what Scentbird is, they are a fragrance subscription service. They have hundreds and hundreds of perfumes to choose from, including clean scents, which is what I personally browse through. They're totally flexible with their subscription. If you want to add extra perfumes to your monthly subscription, you can go right ahead. If you want to skip a month, that's not a problem either. But each month you'll get a 30-day supply of perfume. It's going to last you the whole month, even longer if you don't wear perfume every single day. And I love this because it'll give you a really good idea of what the scent is, what it smells like on your own skin, if you really like it or whether you don't, to get opinions from other people before you decide to commit to a full bottle. Also, I gotta say, this is the perfect travel size. Like, it's the perfect size for me to throw into my makeup bag, diaper bag, fanny pack, and then I can have perfume with me on the go. I've always been the person who was way too intimidated to buy a full bottle of perfume. I like to really try something before I commit to it, especially when it comes to things like smell, because I can be very sensitive to smell, especially when I'm pregnant. For me, it was never worth it to just buy a bottle of perfume, and so I never did. And it was like a year ago, I think, I started realizing how much I missed Zach wearing cologne. And then I realized how much Zach loved when I wore perfume back when we were dating. Scentbird was the perfect place to start. You can actually take a quiz to help you find the scents that you might really enjoy. There's just so much to choose from. So I got 4 different scents this month. The one I was most excited about is Malibu Night by Dime Beauty. It's got coconut musk, raspberry, pear, green leaves, sandalwood. Something I've come to realize about myself is that I really enjoy perfumes with coconut in them, which is something that took me completely by surprise and something I never would have known had I not been able to thoroughly test them through Scentbird. Actually, this is the one that I'm gonna wear today. It smells really fresh and soft and summery, and I really love this one. Next one I got is Summer Rain by Raw Spirit. This one took me a little bit by surprise. It has a very like masculine scent. Which I was not expecting. Zach smelled this and he was like, oh, I like that. I would probably wear that. It's got bergamot, lime leaves, orange flower, mint, and cedarwood in it, and it is a lovely scent. And then Scentbird sent me a couple as well. Violet Gem by Catherine Malandrino, Sunkissed Passion Fruit, Cucumber Dew, Sheer Melon, Water Lotus, and Pink Lychee. It's very like fresh and summer smelling to me. And then they sent me a French Leather by some perfume company that I cannot pronounce. But this has pink pepper, juniper, clary sage, cedar, and vetiver. Not entirely sure what all those things are, but it has a very lovely, more earthy scent to it. And I have a code for you, so you can go down to the description box and click the links, use my code LetKeysLife53 to get 55% off your first month at Scentbird. That's only about $8 for your first month. Highly recommend checking them out. It's been so fun just in our marriage, testing out different perfumes and colognes and smelling nice, because scent is a really important part of attraction and intimacy, and to be able to test out different perfumes and colognes has been really fun. Now that I'm ready for the day, we're gonna get our day started. Ready? I put my trust in you. I am not afraid. I put my trust in you. While the kids are having some quiet time, I thought I'd quickly run out and grab a couple things. I need to pick up some mail and some ingredients for supper. We're having smoked pizza, which is one of our favorites. It's gonna be so good. Somebody just pulled up beside me. There was like literally nobody in my vicinity, and of course as soon as I pull out the camera and start talking, someone pulls up right next to me. The kids are a little bit sniffly and tired today, so I've been trying my best to be extra cautious of just not having them in the camera, giving them that space and privacy, because like if you're sick, the last thing you want is to be on a camera, right? So trying to just give them some extra space and extra privacy. This is something I've been trying to do even more so, especially as my kids get older. For me, I've always thought about like, if my mom were sharing stuff about me as a child on the internet, what would I be okay with my mom sharing? That's kind of always been like the stand. So my battery died, and it's funny because right before I left I had the thought of, should I change my battery? And I thought, no, I'll be fine. I thought I would sit and do a car chat, give you that life update I promised you, and then scooching your way onto my lap. My camera had other plans, so we're going to do that life update while I open this package. You've probably noticed some things changing around in the house, and I'll show you that in a second, but this has to do with the changes. So it started on Saturday. Saturday evening we had taken all of the kids.
It's the calendar.
It's the calendar.
We had taken the kids bowling. Everyone was happy, cheerful, went to bed, feeling well. And then that night, one child woke up puking twice. It came out of nowhere, and here we're thinking like, oh great, what kind of flu has our family got now? What kind of stomach bug are we going to be facing over the next few days? Do you like their outfits? They're all matching today. Hi. Excuse me. They call these their minion outfits.
Because they're like minions.
Yeah, that's what we got. Ooh, that's pretty. We got a new calendar. I splurged and bought a wooden one because the paper one, the concept was working well, but the actual calendar itself was not because the pieces kept getting ripped and lost and wrecked. The next day was Sunday. We're like, we're just gonna stay home from church. Probably shouldn't go anywhere, see anyone. We're expecting like the worst, you know, and then this child wakes up feeling totally fine, acting totally normal. But I wasn't feeling so good. Like I wasn't necessarily nauseous, but my stomach was not right. I spent the entire day just going back and forth from the bed to the couch. Like I was bedbound that day. I could barely move. That night went okay, aside from a cough attack from another child. The following day, everyone seemed okay. I was feeling a little bit better, but then that night, we struggled with massive cough attacks. Like the worst cough attacks we've ever experienced. We were at our wit's end. We didn't know what to do. Like the child was almost throwing up. We tried all the tricks in the book. Eventually Zach just turned on the shower until it was super hot and just sat in the super steamy bathroom for a while, and it helped so much. Number one piece of advice, if your child is struggling with coughing or colds, steam. Steam, steam, steam. Next day things were a little bit better. Appetites were starting to come back. Coughing was happening less. But then that following night, you can hear all these coughing. But then that following night was the worst night yet. Again, one kid was waking up puking 3 days later when they seemed totally fine the day before or the previous few days. The other child had another awful cough attack. We didn't fall asleep until about 3 a.m. That's been the worst night so far. Really threw off our day. That was yesterday actually. Our day was just so, we've been in survival mode this whole time because on top of everything, William is teething and it's been really hard for him. He just wants to be held. But he doesn't want to be in a carrier or a wrap. Like he wants to be held in our arms while we're walking around, not just sitting or cuddling. Like we need to be walking. And we obviously can't do that all day. Thank you.
Mom, can you set this up now?
Yep, so you need to find the month March. Anyway, long story short, we have not been sleeping at all. There have been so many times in the middle of the night where we have just cried out to the Lord in desperation because we were at our wit's end. Like we didn't know what to do and we felt so bad for our kids who really obviously weren't feeling well. And on top of that, I wasn't feeling very good either, and I just gotta say, I'm so thankful. Excuse me. So thankful for my husband who walked through all of that right alongside me, took care of so much of that for me, and I'm just so grateful. So that brings us to today. Last night was pretty good. We all had a decent night's sleep. There was no puking, there were no cough attacks. William, excuse me. Hey. Say cheese. Look at the camera. Say cheese. But now we're starting to notice the rest of us getting this cold. So we're not in the clear yet, but we've just been racking our brains trying to figure out what exactly is going on here. I was said to Zach yesterday, like, I just wish we had answers, an explanation, so that we would know how to help our kids, how to treat their ailments and their sicknesses. Like, what medication do we give them? How can we help them?
Can I have some more coffee medicine?
Not yet. Whatever this is, it's so strange because this mysterious stomach bug has had one child up puking twice, 3 days apart. And in between, they've been totally fine. Like, they woke up chipper and happy and excited and hungry. It was just so, it's been so weird. I don't know. I have no explanation. Praying that we're through the stomach bug at least. Colds, we're not over yet, but colds we can handle. They're not fun, but at least they're not a stomach bug, because stomach bugs, that's a whole other ballpark. Hi. Should we set up your calendar?
Yeah.
When we were gone on our weekend trip, we went to IKEA. We picked up this pegboard system, which is perfect for the playroom. And so my plan is to hang this calendar right here, and then this weatherboard on the other side. So we'll have the weatherboard and the calendar right underneath here. And then we also took the chalkboard that was in the playroom, hung it up here in the kitchen. We do a lot of our teaching in this room, and I really wanted something to like write stuff on and to visually explain what I'm talking about. And so this has been really great. I just have our memory verse on there right now, but this has been so nice.
Laugh like lava.
Your coffee blasted like lava into your eyebrows? What? Look. That's pizza dough. Pizza dough is good and ready. We're gonna, yeah, we're having
Can you
pizza.
make some ranch too? Of course.
We don't,
Yes, you
smoked pizza doesn't need
do.
ranch.
Do you have sour cream?
I
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna get some shallots caramelizing for the barbecue chicken, but not homemade pizza. Daddy likes ranch, doesn't he? You do too.
Why are your cheeks so rosy there, Rosie?
Sick. Well, it just makes sense. Your cheeks are like roses. William! This week has been pretty challenging, but I'm pretty sure I've been feeling baby movements for the first time officially and consistently. I am 16 weeks pregnant today, which would put me in my 15th week when I officially first started feeling those movements. With my boys, I felt them around 12 to 13 weeks, and I think it was, you were 16 weeks, but you were also my first pregnancy. So after feeling movements around 12, 13 weeks for my last two pregnancies, I was just kind of like, why am I not feeling anything? Like, I know it's early, but I have felt movements earlier than this before. So to finally be feeling those movements was just really, really reassuring. A huge positive note to the rough week that we've had. Okay, let's get this pizza cooking. Can you say pizza dough? Wow. Was looking so hopeful, but throughout the day the kids gradually started getting worse and worse. Cheeks got rosier, coughs got worse, and so we are anticipating a very long night ahead. I've literally packed a nighttime basket. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Honestly, this is such a brilliant idea. But I've got snacks like bananas, applesauce. I've got honey for the cough attacks. I've got some medicine if need be. We have gone ahead and tucked the kids into bed just a little bit sooner than we usually do. So hopefully they can get a head start and get some really good rest tonight. Zach and I are going to go to bed earlier tonight too, and hopefully
we can get some good rest tonight too. That is what life has been like here at the Lepke household lately. We're doing all right, leaning very heavily on the Lord, especially on those very long nights and sleep deprived days. We know this isn't forever. We're gonna get through it. But I am going to settle down, relax a little bit, get cozy, do some work. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.